Hey and welcome to the Daily Manchester United News Show. Let's begin with our daily news. Erik Ten Hag provides a fresh injury update on Man United defender Harry Maguire. Manchester United manager Erik Ten Hag provided a fresh injury update on Harry Maguire following the club's 2-2 draw against Tottenham Hotspur in the Premier League. The Red Devils secured a comfortable 2-0 lead at the interval last night, but they failed to turn up in the second half. Spurs fought back to share the spoils in the game. Speaking after the stalemate, Ten Hag was posed with multiple questions from reporters, and one of those was on the fitness of Maguire, who picked up a knock in training. He said via manunited.com, "At this moment, I can't say anything about that. We have to wait to talk with the medical staff and to talk with Harry. We will see." United have had a dismal period with injuries. They have already lost Lisandro Martinez for the rest of the campaign following his metatarsal fracture against Sevilla this month. Meanwhile, Rafael Varane picked up an ankle injury in the same game. The Frenchman may not return to action until the FA Cup final versus Manchester City on June 3. Hence, the club are short in options at the heart of the defense. Luke Shaw has had to play as a makeshift centre-back alongside Victor Lindelof over the past two games. Maguire missed the FA Cup semi-final due to suspension, but he was anticipated to return to the starting lineup last night. Unfortunately, he missed the game with a knock. The club captain has struggled for form and consistency this term, but United still require his services. Ten Hag would have liked to reinforce his central defense off the bench yesterday, but he had no specialist option to call upon. Hopefully, Maguire will be fit for Sunday's game. United host Unai Emery's Aston Villa at Old Trafford this weekend. It promises to be another thrilling contest. The Villains are one of the most informed teams at the moment. Christian Eriksen explains Man United's second half collapse against Tottenham Hotspur. Manchester United midfielder Christian Eriksen believes his side lost energy and control in the second half, allowing Tottenham Hotspur to come back in the game. The Red Devils and Spurs shared the points after a thrilling 2-2 draw at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. He told BT Sport via Manchester Evening News, "I think we missed the last percentage of really taking the game and finishing it off. I think we took a bit of the gas off, and that was our problem. I think it's been that for a few games where we are sharp and coming ahead and kept it going. We lost a bit of energy, a bit of control, and they got belief, and it went the other way. That's how it goes normally. When you are 2-0 down, anything can change quickly. We didn't have the control to finish them off and don't give them the chance to score the first goal that gave belief." Erik Ten Hag has usually been spot on with his substitutions. Their introduction has been a catalyst to many United victories this campaign. However, yesterday's substitutions led to United's downfall. The Red Devils lost the balance in the midfield once Fred replaced Eriksen at the hour mark. The 31-year-old played two key passes and finished the game with 91% passing accuracy. On the other hand, Fred amassed merely 71% passing accuracy and lost the ball more times, 9, in his cameo than Eriksen did in his 60 minutes performance. 8. The Dane has just returned from a 3-month injury layoff. Ten Hag chose against taking a risk with the veteran and sent out Fred to bring more energy to the pitch. Eriksen is a key part of this United team and has to prove to the Dutchman that he can last more than 60 minutes in a crucial game. Marcus Rashford impresses for Man United in 2-2 draw versus Tottenham Hotspur. Marcus Rashford was back to scoring ways for Manchester United during yesterday's 2-2 Premier League against Tottenham Hotspur on the road. The Red Devils made an ideal start at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium and found the back of the net after just 7 minutes through Jadon Sancho. Rashford grabbed the assist for the goal. The 25-year-old made it 2-0 for United shortly before the break after a stunning solo run on the counter-attack. The Englishman got hold of possession in the center circle. He managed to ward off the challenge from Eric Dyer before beating Fraser Forster at his near post. It seemed like United were on course for a fourth straight league win, but Spurs came back fighting in the second half to share the spoils on the night. Despite this, Rashford should be appreciated for his display. He ended his mini three-match goal drought yesterday with his 29th goal of the campaign. The Red Devils star could have done better with his close-range volley in the first half, but overall, it was another top-class display from the club graduate. Aside from his goal involvements, Rashford had 56 touches, completing 28 out of his 33 passes. He won 3 take-ons and 4 duels while completing 1% of his long balls. Rashford has been hugely influential towards United's top 4 pursuit this term, and he has a key part to play in the final 7 games of the campaign. The club are currently 6 points ahead of Tottenham and Aston Villa for the 4th spot with 2 games in hand, but there is still plenty to play for. They can't afford to get complacent with the lead and must return to winning ways when an informed Villa side visit Old Trafford on Sunday afternoon. Dion Dublin picks his outstanding Manchester United man of the match versus Tottenham. Dion Dublin has praised Luke Shaw's performance in Manchester United draw against Tottenham. Marcus Rashford was voted man of the match by Manchester United supporters in the 2-2 draw with Tottenham. Former United striker Dion Dublin had a different view, picking Luke Shaw as his standout player in North London. Shaw was voted third by United fans, with Bruno Fernandez receiving the second highest number of votes. Luke Shaw was selected at centre-back alongside Victor Lindelof, with Harry Maguire joining the injured list after picking up a knock in training. Shaw might even have started anyway. He has been impressive in the role. Speaking to MUTV's post-game coverage, former striker Dion Dublin said Shaw was his standout player, although did qualify his comment by saying the defender's dominance waned in the final half hour. He said, "For 60 minutes, I thought Luke Shaw was outstanding. He was all over the place. He was sweeping up, playing balls to midfield players, winning duels. He looked very good. He looked very strong." Obviously, Spurs came into it in the last half hour and took over a bit. For 60 minutes, I thought he was brilliant. Shaw in particular did not necessarily step back, the entire Manchester United team did. Erik Ten Hag attempted to arrest United's slide by making changes and only seemed to make it worse by switching fullbacks and taking off Christian Eriksen. It may simply have been tiredness catching up with United, which is understandable, but solutions need to be found with the schedule still loaded with tough games right through to the FA Cup final in June. Manchester United fans react to Bruno Fernandes' miss versus Tottenham. Bruno Fernandes shook off an injury to start for Manchester United against Tottenham. We can't commend him highly enough for that. For 45 minutes, it was smooth sailing. Bruno Fernandes was running the show and picked up his 15th assist of the season with a defense-splitting ball for Marcus Rashford to score. The second half was not so good. Fernandez nearly scored a sensational goal, only to be denied by the crossbar. Tottenham pulled a goal back in the second half through defender Pedro Perro. A minute later, Bruno Fernandes nearly restored Manchester United's 2-goal advantage. Fernandes embarrassed Clément Lenglet with an outrageous nutmeg, skipping past him before powering his shot over Fraser Forster onto the crossbar. This would have killed off Tottenham's comeback. Instead, his close-range miss left Spurs off the hook. Predictably, United went Spursy and allowed Heung-min Son to score an equalizer to make the score 2-2. Rio Ferdinand raved over Fernandes' out-of-order skill to create the chance, but ultimately it counted for nothing. Manchester United really should have won this game, cruising at half-time. A draw isn't an awful result, but this was an opportunity missed to secure a much-needed away win. Coming away from the game, Fernandes' miss was the one moment haunting Manchester United supporters who vented frustrations on social media. Former Man United defender Marcos Rojo makes scathing Harry Maguire remarks. Former Manchester United defender Marcos Rojo has admitted that he fell out with Ole Gunnar Solskjaer and left Old Trafford as a result of Harry Maguire being picked to start over him. The current Boca Juniors star spent a portion of the 1920 season alongside Maguire after United broke the bank to sign the Englishman from Leicester City. Rojo made just one Premier League start in the 1920 campaign under Solskjaer. The swashbuckling star left United in 2021 after a 7-year spell in England. He failed to break into Solskjaer's plans as the Norwegian coach continuously deployed the inconsistent Maguire. Fast forward to Erik Ten Hag's arrival at the beginning of the season, and Maguire has been relegated to a bit part role under the current United boss. Rojo spoke to TYC Sport recently and revealed that he got into an altercation with Solskjaer over the latter's continued use of Maguire despite the Englandman constantly making costly mistakes at the back. Rojo said, "In 2019, I was playing in the Europa League, but I was really angry with the Manchester coach. He was putting Maguire in the team instead of me, who thank God finally, they took him out from the starting lineup for Lecce." Rojo narrated, "One day, I went to Solskjaer's office to tell him to let me leave for the other club or put me in the starting lineup, but he told me that Maguire had to play because of the money they paid for him. Maguire was making huge mistakes already, and I told Solskjaer, son of a, let me play because this guy is making huge mistakes every week." Maguire has made just 7 league appearances for the Red Devils this season, amidst reports that he is set for a summer exit with Ten Hag. Not convinced by him, United could finally say goodbye to a player who has just never really found his feet at England's biggest club. Erik Ten Hag reacts to Tottenham 2-2 draw versus Manchester United. Erik Ten Hag has said that his side need to control games better after his Manchester United team let a two-goal slip against Tottenham to draw 2-2 at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. Ten Hag and United had an opportunity to help further misery on a managerless Spurs side following the London side's 6-1 loss to Newcastle on Sunday, and looked to be well on their way to doing so, as first half goals from Jadon Sancho and Marcus Rashford put the Red Devils in a commanding position going into half-time. However, Spurs revived themselves in the second period, putting in a much better performance, and they ended up earning a point via goals from Pedro Porro and Heung-min Son. After the match, Ten Hag, speaking to BT Sport, expressed his frustration at surrendering the two-goal lead but hinted at the draw not being a terrible result. He said, "Of course, when you are 2-0 up, then you are a little bit disappointed when you draw. That's quite obvious. We had the chances at the 2-1 to score a third, but we didn't, and we conceded the second goal. I think in this week, 2-2 is a good draw. I don't think we were that good across the 90 minutes. After half-time, we had to score another goal. We have to manage the game better, keep the ball. We give so many easy goals away. With the goals, it was quite obvious they got across us. We have to be proactive there with the second ball, and we didn't squeeze out, and it was too easy for them to score a goal. Wait for Harry Kane to start assisting Manchester United star next season," says Poundit. Harry Kane showed his value is not just as a goal scorer, as he helped Tottenham fight back against Manchester United. The Tottenham striker provided an assist for Heung-min Son to score an equalizer as the game finished 2-2. From a Manchester United perspective, it was hugely frustrating. We had been cruising at half-time and threw it away, just like against Sevilla a fortnight earlier. Given Spurs credit, nobody saw their comeback coming, but the one aspect United should have been wiser to was the Kane and Son combination. Harry Kane and Heung-min Son have combined more times than any other Premier League duo. If Kane does leave Spurs, Son will really feel his absence. Manchester United are set to push to try and sign Kane this summer, the Times report. Speaking to MUTV, Pounded Dion Dublin said United should have expected Kane's pass to Son, adding that this is an aspect of his game the Red Devils can benefit from next season. Dublin said, He likes that ball and he plays it very, very well. I tell you what, Rashi will be getting on the end of them next season. Don't you worry about that. He made the comment in a light-hearted manner, but also out of hope that Manchester United will sign England's record goal scorer. Kane needs a move for the sake of his career. United didn't build the most convincing case last night, but the body of work Erik Ten Hag's side have put together this season should be enough of a selling point that we are heading in the right direction. Dublin is right that Marcus Rashford could really flourish from a similar combination to Kane that Son has enjoyed with him. Rashford has been doing well enough already, netting 29 goals this season, and that's been without a regular centre forward alongside him. Kane is on record speaking of his admiration for Rashford, and the England pair could be a real force at club level together if given a chance. I will be uploading daily Manchester United news, so keep your eyes on the channel and don't forget to like and subscribe. I appreciate your support. Peace out.